Meghan caught rude to Charles after he affirmed closing preference to delete Archie and Lilibet title. King Charles III is expected to appoint Archie and Lilibet prince and princess. Then again, they will no longer be given HRH status. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are reportedly furious about the titles that teenagers will get maintained following the death of the Queen. The King has agreed to hassle letters affected character that will affirm his youngest grand teenagers prince and princess. On the other hand, they will now not be given HRH status. The suffixes have argued that this will go away their teens with inadequate security and reportedly pointed out that Princess Beatrice and Eugenie possess HRH repute. Then again, now no longer working royals. A Furnish cited Harry and Meghan have been worried about the protection hassle, and being prince and princess brings them the acceptable to have positive levels of royal security. There have been a lot of talks over the preceding week. They have been in buildings the pinnacle. She totally greater prince and princess. They have been relentless for the motive that the Queen died. On the other hand, they have been left furious that Archie and Lilibet cannot take the title HRH. In unique statistics, Buckingham Palace has launched in a similar fashion vital factors for the Queen's United States funeral subsequent Monday as the United States of America says a last goodbye. Meghan Markle and Sophie Wessex are expected to comply with the Queen's funeral procession by using way of Congress. Plans for the historic tournament have been printed these days. King Charles will lead members of the royal family in taking walks at the return of the late monarch's coffin when it is moved from Westminster Hall to Westminster Abbey on Monday for the Kingdom funeral. The Duchess of Sussex, who is residing in the US with Prince Harry after quitting royal duties, and the Countess of Wessex, who is referred to have been like a second daughter to the late Queen, are estimated to be amongst royals journeying by using Meghan and NBSP so cost formerly shared auto when Her Majesty left Buckingham Palace for the last time on Wednesday for Westminster Hall, the location she is lying in. Us of a before of the funeral, Charles, who spent a private day at his Book Hole living in Gloucestershire in modern times, will stroll in the procession to Westminster Abbey subsequent Monday with his siblings Princess Anne, Prince Andrew and Prince Edward, and the returned of will be brothers Prince William and Prince Harry, who have a fractured relationship. On the other hand, have united in their grief for that grandmother alongside with Peter Phillips, who is some different one of the Queen's grandsons. They will be found with the aid of way of the Princess Royal's husband Vice Admiral Sir Tim Lawrence, the woman monarch's cousin the Duke of Gloucester, and her nephew the Earl of Snow the Extraordinary. Royals consisting of Meghan and Sophie are predicted to hold the solemn trip by using capability of the coffin will be carried at some factor of the procession on a 123 12-month historical gun carriage pulled by way of 98 Royal Navy sailors. The use of ropes in a subculture dating decrease returned to the funeral of Queen Victoria. The procession will be led through massed pipes and drums of Scottish and Irish regiments, the Brigade of Gurkhas, and the Royal Air Force numbering 200 musicians. The congregation will start to file into Westminster Abbey from 8 a.m. beforehand. Then the service carried out through the Dean of Westminster begins off at 11 a.m. 2,000 human beings, which consists of world leaders and remote places. Royals will take their seats internal the church in central London to say goodbye to the preferred late Queen, who used to be consulted on plans for the United States funeral. US President Joe Biden and French Chief Emmanuel Macron will be amongst the world leaders attending the ceremonial suit. The coffin will be moved at 10:44 a.m. on Monday to Westminster Abbey for the sure transferring elements of the funeral will embody the sounding of the last, put up at 11:55 a.m. as the issuer nears its supply up. They will then be a 2-minute national silence which and NBSP will be positioned by way of the congregation and tens of thousands and thousands at some point of the UK the referee, and then the United States of America vast anthem will then take area. An inconsequential lament carried out by the Queen's piper which will lift the issuer to a shut at noon. The Marshal the Duke of Norfolk, who is in fee of the plans, noted the state funeral will unite human beings in the course of the globe and resonate with human beings of all faiths and pay a turning into tribute to an amazing reign. Some 800 people alongside with contributors of the Queen's dwelling offered and wins a rich take team of people will attend the committal company afterwards at 4 p.m. in St. George's Chapel. Following the company at Westminster Abbey, the King and specific royals will stroll in the lower back of the coffin as quickly as soon as extras it leaves Westminster Abbey for Wellington Arch. Until now then it is pushed to Windsor on the State House. The route from central London has no longer been verified. Alternatively, the House will write down the prolonged stroll to Windsor. Consul Charles and one-of-a-kind humans of the monarchy will take a look at in the returned of on foot from the quadrangle is the Queen's coffin. Methods: St. George's Chapel. The late Queen will be reunited with Prince Philip, who died closing 12 months when she's laid to leisure alongside her cherished husband in the King George VI Memorial Chapel in a private provider at 7:30 p.m. private. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more updates.